Welcome into Peyton's Play, live here from Phoenix, Arizona for Super Bowl 57. Here at NFL Experience, we're here to give you the podcast that merges sports betting and sports media. This show's going to go a little bit different than usual, but that's okay. We're on the road. We're on the go. I'm going to give you guys my picks, my props, and then we're actually going to go out to Radio Row. Let's talk to multiple pros. What's better than one? Multiple. So this is going to be quicker on my end, hopefully longer on the pros' end. It's Super Bowl 57, guys. I'm excited. I'm ready. I've tried to keep my bets consistent so we don't just overthink ourselves. So without further ado, let's get into our Super Bowl picks. All right, let's start on a side total right now. The Eagles, 1.5-point favorites. It opened with Chiefs -2, now Eagles -1.5. I like Eagles money line, Eagles to win this game. I look at Philly as the team that has the edge in every unit except for quarterback and Patrick Mahomes. The Eagles have the better offensive line. They've got the better defensive line, a solid run game, and this is going to be the time in which it shines for this Eagles team. They've got the number one pass defense. Hassan Reddick, if you want a sleeper MVP, how about you look at him? 19 and a half sacks this season. I really like what Eagles are doing and the way that they're able to run the ball. 148 rushing yards 2 weeks ago against the Niners, which was a top run defense. If Philly can run the ball, they're going to be able to win this game. So I'm taking Philly money line as our Super Bowl champion. And this is also going to lead into my totals. Totals at 50.5. You can find it at 51 some places. And one thing I've tried to do is like paint a game script. Once you decide how you think the game's going to go, you can find bets that match it. The Super Bowl is super difficult because there's tons of information out there. There's so many bets. Now, because I like the Eagles to win, I'm going to take under 50.5 for the total. If you like Chiefs, I think you want to look at the over here. The reason I like the under is because Philly has such a good run game, because they're going to be able to rely on Miles Sanders, rely on even Jalen Hurts with his legs and what he's able to do on the ground. It's going to slow the game down. It's going to slow the pace down. By the way, the under has hit 4 years in a row for the Super Bowl. So I'm taking under 50.5. And I've got some prop bets to match up these bets. So let's get into our props. Let's start with the quarterback player prop for our first prop in Super Bowl 57. I like Jalen Hurts under 241.5 passing yards. The public loves to bet overs, and it's Super Bowl Sunday. There's going to be a ton of action in these props. So I'm going to look for the under for him. I think this line is a bit skewed because there's so much money coming in on the public. Jalen Hurts, without a doubt, has been productive through the air. We've seen a huge improvement this season in what he's been able to do in the passing game. Having said that, even when he was fully healthy and super productive through the air, the over only hit 7 times this season. He's not fully healthy. He does have a shoulder injury, and the Eagles can run the ball. I expect them to rely more on that, and because of that, I think the under is the move here. Not to mention cornerback L'Jarius Sneed for the Chiefs. He's past concussion protocol. He's good to go. He's a key opponent or key factor into this Chiefs secondary. I like under 241.5 passing yards for Jalen Hurts. Let's find a way to get an over in here because it is fun to bet overs. I'm looking at running back Miles Sanders, over 59.5 rushing yards. I also expect him to be the leading rusher in Super Bowl Sunday. So if you want plus money, take him as your leading rusher. He hit over this number 11 times during the regular season. There's been a lot of talk in the last few weeks about Kenneth Gainwell, Boston Scott, but Miles Sanders is their guy. This is the Eagles' leading rusher. The only reason why we didn't see the over hit last week against the Niners is because the Eagles were blowing the Niners up by the end of the third quarter. So you're not going to want to put Sanders out there and get him hurt. Gainwell came in. It makes sense. But Miles Sanders is going to be a huge component to this Super Bowl Sunday, and they're going to keep him in all the time. It's going to be a close one. I like Miles Sanders over 59.5 rushing yards, and take him as the leading rusher if you want some plus money. Let's switch over to our anytime touchdowns because it is fun to bet on these. I'm going to give you a basic bet, and that's Travis Kelce, anytime touchdown. Sometimes you just got to go with what works, and Travis Kelce has shown us time and time again he's going to get in the end zone. Patrick Mahomes is going to throw him the ball, even though I don't expect Patrick Mahomes to be flying balls through the air and hitting the over. I do expect him to connect with his top tight end, which is Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce had 12 touchdowns during the regular season, 3 in the postseason, and he had more red zone opportunities than any pass catcher I like Travis Kelce here. Anytime touchdown. No, you're not going to get good value on it. But a better value for a different tight end, Dallas Goedert, anytime touchdown. Get that one in plus money. And I like this because the Chiefs defense is going to react to the Eagles running the ball. If that's going to be their game plan, which I think it's going to be, then the Chiefs are going to have to adjust. How are they going to adjust? They're going to move more guys into the box, which means the middle's going to open up, which means that tight end Dallas Goedert could have some openings. Jalen Hurts and him have been able to connect well. The Chiefs also allowed the fourth most passing touchdowns to tight ends during the regular season. I like Dallas Goedert here. Take anytime touchdown for both tight ends, Travis Kelce, Dallas Goedert. Let's talk about the most important prop of Super Bowl Sunday. That is the Gatorade color. It's Super Bowl Sunday. We've got to get some handicapping skills in on what color it's going to be. And I'm all about that yellow/green, 2 colors in one. Great value, a little lemon lime. And here's my main reason why I'm going with this is because what color looks good for the Eagles? If they're going to win the ball, we want to see, if they're going to win the game, we want to see a green color. We want to see a yellow. The last time it was green or yellow was when the Eagles won the Super Bowl a few years ago. It's only been yellow or green 3 times. I like it. Take yellow green. I think you can get it at like plus 210. All right, those are my prop bets for Super Bowl Sunday, but who cares what I think? Let's go get some action and get some thought from the pros out there at Radio Row. Let's go see what they say. I'm here with Chargers wide receiver Josh Palmer, getting some Super Bowl predictions. Now, we're not going with an AFC West rival in this game, right?
I do. I have to.
You think that we can't bet against Patrick Mahomes? Is that the theory?
We had some good battles against him, so they deserve to be in this position. And if anyone's going to win, I'd want it to be them.
Okay, last question for you. Gatorade color. I'm voting yellow-green. What do you think?
Blue.
Blue? Just like it was last year. Thank you, Josh. Have a great Sunday. Brandon Crystal at KOA. Denver Colors, AFC West team in the Super Bowl. We can't root for them, right?
You just can't. Even though I am a huge Patrick Mahomes fan, and it hurts Broncos fans' feelings, but that's what John Elway was to the Chiefs, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, I grew up in Dallas, so all my kids, my family are very much Broncos fans. I buy a lot of Broncos stuff.
Yep.
I work for the Broncos radio partner. I love it when the Broncos win. I don't cheer against the Chiefs the way your dad now is and the way everyone else in Broncos country is. But like I said, I grew up in Dallas, so I'm definitely not cheering for the Eagles. I want to see the game end in a tie.
All right, well, here's the most important question, Brandon. What's the Gatorade color going to be?
On the winning coach, it feels like, well, not first of all, but is lemon lime, I always call it green. I've called it green forever. Well, that's its own separate debate.
Yellow-green is actually combined now.
Okay,
so if you bet on yellow, you're also betting on green, vice versa. That's my pick, actually.
I think that's my go-to choice to drink, but it feels like orange or red, especially if the Chiefs win, and maybe if the Eagles win, you get the
lemon lime. We have the same theory.
But you can't win a prop bet like that. So I guess since I'm picking the Chiefs, sorry Broncos country, red ends up being the dominant Gatorade color. Andy, also not super quick, has a really good shot of being doused if the Chiefs win.
Now that's a good bet.
Sirianni might be able to dodge it.
Yeah.
Andy has very little chance.
Very good, very good. Thank you, Brandon. All right, I'm here with the best reporter out at Radio Row. That's Dylan here with Nickelodeon. He's here to give us some of his Super Bowl predictions. Big game, Super Bowl 57, Eagles, Chiefs. Who you taking?
Man, fly Eagles fly, Philly Nation, you know the vibes. I got Eagles winning 34-31, a very high-scoring game. Eagles coming out winning, though. Both teams are great, but, Eagles is my team. The Eagles are better. Between me and you.
I'm with you. All right, if you have to pick one player to have a touchdown in this game, who do you think?
Gotta give it to... it probably might not happen, but Jason Kelce.
Ooh!
Because he's going to be like,
a little like center.
Yeah, or Miles Sanders, so he can do it with Jason Kelce.
I like it. All right, thank you, Dylan. Enjoy the game.
No problem. Thank
you. Ian, who's going to win this game?
Predictions are tough, and usually I'm bad at it. I would say my guess is Eagles by a touchdown.
Ooh.
Too talented. Patrick Mahomes' ankle is still a little bit of an issue, not 100%. I think it's enough for the Eagles to win, and hopefully an entertaining game for all of us.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Thank you, Ian. Have a great Sunday.
Traditional orange.
Oh, I like that.
I'm going to say red. Orange plus 540. I know.
Oh,
I'm gonna go on a limb. I'm gonna say purple.
It's gonna be blue. It's gonna be a light colored blue.
Travis Kelce. Anytime touchdown.
Kelce.
Travis Kelce.
Miles Sanders, lock.
I like that.
Travis Kelce, lock. White Edwards-Helaire receiving? No way. Come on.
What about a Boston Scott touchdown?
That could be interesting.
That's
He's
doable.
playing the Giants, though.
He's a little guy. I gotta go with the Chiefs. I think they need this.
No, I would do an alternate line. Eagles minus 10. This is easy money. The Eagles are so much better. They're gonna blow the Chiefs out.
Minus 10 is
Okay.
crazy.
Minus 10 would get you some crazy money.
Chiefs, of course.
That wraps up our Super Bowl 57 edition of Peyton's Play live here in Phoenix, Arizona. I hope everyone has an amazing Super Bowl Sunday. Go cash some tickets. We'll catch you here next week on Peyton's Play.